In the late 1800s, a woman named Sarah Winchester became haunted by spirits after the sudden deaths of her husband and child. She was the widow of William Winchester, the owner of the famous rifle company. Grief-stricken and seeking answers, Sarah visited a medium. The medium told her that the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles were seeking revenge, and that she needed to build a house to appease them. This house would need to be constantly built upon to confuse the spirits. Sarah moved to San Jose, California, and purchased an 8-room farmhouse. Construction began and continued without interruption for 38 years, until her death in 1922. The house grew into a sprawling mansion with 7 stories, 160 rooms, and countless oddities. There were staircases that led to nowhere, doors that opened into walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. The never-ending construction was Sarah's attempt to escape the vengeful spirits. Visitors to the Winchester Mystery House have reported eerie encounters. Some have heard phantom footsteps echoing through the hallways. Others have felt cold spots and seen doors slam shut on their own. The mansion's bizarre architecture adds to the unsettling atmosphere. It's as if the house itself is alive, with a mind of its own, shifting and changing to trap those who dare enter. One of the most chilling spots in the mansion is the seance room. This was where Sarah supposedly communicated with the spirits, seeking their guidance on the continuous construction. Visitors have reported hearing whispers and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread in this room. Some claim to have seen the ghostly figure of a woman, believed to be Sarah herself, wandering through the halls. The legend says that the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles were never satisfied. Even after Sarah's death, the house remains a hotspot for paranormal activity. Paranormal investigators have captured mysterious voices on their recordings, and some have seen shadowy figures moving through the rooms. The mansion's strange layout seems to trap the spirits, making it impossible for them to leave. The Grand Ballroom is another eerie place. Despite being intended for lavish parties, it was never used for any such event. Visitors have heard the sound of music playing when the room is empty. Some have even seen figures dancing in the dim light, only to vanish when approached. The ballroom remains a reminder of the lavish life Sarah could never enjoy, consumed as she was by her fear of the spirits. One night, a group of tourists was taking a guided tour. As they passed through the Hall of Fires, a long corridor lined with fireplaces, the lights suddenly went out. They heard the sound of footsteps rushing towards them, and the tour guide screamed. When the lights flickered back on, the guide was on the floor, terrified but unharmed. She claimed to have seen a ghostly figure with glowing eyes. The basement, where construction materials and blueprints were stored, is another place of ghostly sightings. Workers who spent time there often felt as if they were being watched. Some saw tools move on their own, or heard the sound of hammering when no one else was around. The basement's oppressive atmosphere makes it a place few are willing to explore alone. Today, the Winchester Mystery House is a popular tourist attraction. People come from all over the world to see the bizarre architecture and to experience the haunting for themselves. Many leave with stories of their own encounters with the supernatural. The house stands as a testament to Sarah Winchester's fear and her desperate attempt to escape the spirits that haunted her. Sarah Winchester's story is a tragic one, filled with grief and fear. Her legacy lives on in the house she built, a place where the past and the supernatural are forever entwined. The Winchester Mystery House remains one of the most haunted places in America, a chilling reminder of the consequences of a lifetime of sorrow and guilt.